So some big news out of the LCS today. Obviously, ever since we've heard that Sentinels will be joining the LCS in 2026, they've been a little bit quiet. We haven't, really heard much from them in terms of what the heck this team is actually going to look like in 2026, other than they will be a part of the LCS. People have been wondering what is going on with them because they were this exciting new, addition to the LCS, but then they've kind of been radio silent so far this offseason. But as you can see here, the first big story for Sentinels this offseason is the fact that goldenglue is set to join Sentinels in the LCS. This one coming from Wooloo, Alejandro, and LCS Eevee on the case here. A pretty exciting story, I think. That we still don't really know who the roster is going to be or what it's going to look like just yet, but we know at least now who is going to be at the helm. goldenglue is set to join Sentinels in the LCS as head coach. Sources are telling Sheep Esports on Saturday. The American coach leaves 100 Thieves after 4 years with the org. That's crazy. Time flies so fast. I would not have guessed it had been 4 years, but that's really insane. The former mid laner will thus begin his 6th year of coaching. Again, he's leaving 100 Thieves because obviously 100 Thieves is leaving the LCS. Now 100 Thieves out with Sentinels coming in. Sentinels is indeed joining the LCS in 2026, replacing the LTA format that was in place throughout 2025. Again, it's no longer the LTA. We're now back to the actual LCS like it probably always should have been. They will take over the 100 Thieves slot, which was offered to Sentinels by Riot Games. This means that goldenglue will see continuity in the same league spot as his former organization. It is not uncommon for teams joining the LCS or LEC to take over some of the staff from the organization that preceded them. Obviously, if a ton of players and coaches and stuff are all suddenly available and there's a team that's looking for all of that, they're probably going to end up, taking at least a couple of pieces from, the team in the slot that used to be there. That doesn't really seem too insane. The advantage of a fresh start is that Sentinels have complete freedom over the 5 players they want to acquire with no pre-existing contracts. They have already started this process, currently building their first roster of players and are close to signing their first acquisitions. Hopefully we hear about, whoever those pieces are going to be sooner rather than later, but some of the dominoes in the offseason have already started to fall. Again, some of the big players have already found new homes or, at least have agreed to their new homes for 2026. goldenglue started his coaching career in 100 Thieves Academy in 2021, followed by a short stint with Disguise in the NACL during summer 2023, which he won before returning to 100 Thieves, this time to lead the main roster. In his first year as head coach, he managed to take the team to Worlds. In 2025, he achieved his best result yet, reaching the finals of LTA Split 1. He then qualified for Worlds once again, and this time not just for the playing stage. The team shocked everyone on the opening day with a win over LPL's first seed, BLG. However, the draw that followed was brutal. Top Esports, Hanwha Life, and then T1. It was a tough road for 100 Thieves, but they proved they were capable of greatness. After that victory against BLG, goldenglue tweeted, "No one would scrim us, but maybe now they will." So again, goldenglue is a guy who's been around, competitive League of Legends forever, both as a player and now as a coach, and seems to be a pretty respected coach over in North America. He's been able to have some results, with many different teams, many different leagues, all that stuff. Things have been going good, and now Sentinels is, choosing him to and trusting him to be the first lead of their LCS project, and it'll be very, very interesting. But a coach and a leader is a great start, but you can only be as good as the players and the staff and everything you end up putting around you. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how the rest of the Sentinels roster fills out. But I think with goldenglue as their head coach, that's at least a good first step. It's at least a good start, and I'm at least excited that we have some kind of news coming out for Sentinels. But again, the latest news today that goldenglue set to join Sentinels in the LCS as the head coach for 2026. Pretty much it was video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.